Hello children, in this video number 2, we are going to start with The Merchant of Venice from Act 3, Scene 2. Children, in this, the scene is set in Belmont, a room in Portia's house, and it is the residence of Portia. So, this is the third of the casket scenes, the scene in which Bassanio makes his choice of the caskets. Let's go through the text, children. We have here Bassanio, Portia, Gratiano, Nerissa and attendants. These people are there because Bassanio is about to make his choice for the casket. But Portia does not want him to make a very quick choice. She wants him to pause, tarry, to wait. So she says a long dialogue. Here in the long dialogue of Portia is a request to Bassanio to wait for a while, to wait, because Portia does not want to lose Bassanio. So Portia says, I pray you, tarry. I request you to pause. Tarry is pause. A day or two. Pause a day or two. Wait for a day or two. Before you hazard. Hazard means before you risk the final choice for making in choosing the casket. Because in choosing wrong, when you choose the wrong casket, I lose your company. I will lose you. Therefore, forbear a while. Therefore, what to do? Therefore, be patient for a while. There something tells me. But it is not love. I would not lose you. And you know yourself, hate counsels not in such a quality. Children, she is apprehensive that she could lose Bassanio. So she says, there is something, although it is not love, that I would not lose you. But you know, Bassanio, that in such cases like ours, the relation of ours, the hate does not counsel. But lest you should not understand me well, and yet a maiden hath no tongue, but thought I would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. But lest, or otherwise, if you have not understood me well, then what should I do? So, if you have not understood me well, a lady has no choice. Okay, maiden hath no tongue. A lady has no choice but to think, thought. She has just thought. She cannot speak. Who is she talking about? Children, here she is talking about herself. Portia is talking about herself because she is bounded by the casket or the lottery of casket devised by her father. She cannot make her own choice for the husband. Therefore, she said, I would detain you here some month or two. Now, she has changed her mind. She is saying, I would like to make you stay for a month or two before you venture for me, before you make a choice. I could teach you how to choose right. So she is saying she can teach Bassanio how to make the right choice. But then I am forsworn. Children, here forsworn means she has taken the oath by her dead father's wish that she would go or she would abide by the lottery of casket. So will I never be. So she would never tell about the casket and she would never go against the oath. So may you miss me, and in that case it could be that Bassanio may miss her. But if you do, you will make me wish a sin that I had been forsworn. So in that case, children, if she loses Bassanio or Bassanio makes a wrong choice, then what would happen in future? Obviously, she would definitely regret that she should have broken the oath. Okay, so she says then, beshrew your eyes. They have overlooked me and divided me. Children, she is here as a romantic heroine, a very romantic heroine she is acting like, and therefore we see a beautiful face of Portia, a beautiful side of Portia, where although she is in love with Bassanio, but she cannot express her love. So in these lines, she is just trying to express her love, not openly, but through these lines, she says, beshrew your eyes, may your eyes be confounded. They have overlooked me, they have cast a spell on me. Overlooked me, cast a spell on me, and they have divided me. How have the eyes divided me? They have divided me, so one half of me is yours, and the other half is yours. So in a way, what has happened? Portia is saying that one half of Portia is with herself and the other half is now Bassanio's. And mine own, I would say, but if mine, then yours, and so all yours. So in a way, if other half belongs to Portia, that also, then yours, that half also belongs to Bassanio. So in a way, whole of Portia belongs to whom? Bassanio. Oh, these naughty times! But put bars between the owners and their rights. Say with the sign of exclamation, what is she? She is in a deep, in a condition where she is sad, she is regretting what kind of time they have. Where Bassanio, although Bassanio is in love with Portia, Portia loves Bassanio, but this is naughty time. Naughty time means it is a bad time in which they are living, which is putting bar between owners and rights. Previous line she said no, that she belongs to Bassanio. So owner is Bassanio, and what is the rights? Rights here means Portia. So if Bassanio is the owner of Portia, this is very bad time which is putting obstacle in between them and they cannot meet. And so though yours, not yours. And therefore Portia says, although she is of Bassanio, but still she cannot be of Bassanio. Prove it so. Let fortune go to hell for it, not I. And if it is proved that she is not of Bassanio, then let fortune be blamed for it. Let fortune go to hell. Let fortune be damned for it, not Portia. So she is actually in these words expressing her love for Bassanio. Then she says, I speak too long, but it is to peace the time, to ache it, to draw it out in length, to stay you from election. Children, this is for the first time so long a dialogue Portia has spoken, or Portia has spoken such long lines, such lengthy lines to Bassanio. And she's herself explained here why she has done that. She's saying that I speak too long, she has talked too much. Why? But it is to peace the time, to stretch the time, to ache it, to spread it out, to draw it out in length, to prolong it in length, and to stay you from election, and to delay the choice of casket for Bassanio. Now see the reaction of Bassanio. Bassanio says, let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack. Children, we know that even Bassanio is in love with Portia, and he also wants to go through the lottery of casket quickly and win over Portia. So he says, I am living upon the rack. Let me choose. Rack here means agony. I am living in agony. Let me choose Portia. Portia says, upon the rack. Now Portia is kind of teasing Bassanio and even trying to judge the love of Bassanio for her. So she says, upon the rack, are you living in agony, Bassanio? Then confess what treason there is mingled with your love. Is there any disloyalty mixed with your love? Bassanio says, no, none, but that ugly treason of mistrust which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. No, he says, it's just the uneasy feeling of mistrust, of doubt. I just have doubt. It's not disloyalty which makes me fear the enjoying of my love, and I am not able to enjoy my love for you. There may be as well be amity and life. Now he's giving one example. He's saying there cannot be friendship between amity and life. There cannot be friendship and life between snow and fire, as treason and my love. So he is actually giving the example of snow and fire. He says that snow and fire cannot be good friends, or there cannot be life between them, because children, if there is snow, there won't be fire. If there is fire, there won't be any snow. So he says that is the case with with treason and my love, disloyalty and my love. Then he talks, so Portia at this teases him, saying, hey, but I fear you speak upon the rack where men enforced to speak anything. So he says, I fear that you are speaking. How? You are speaking under the pressure of torture. Here, children, the rack means pressure of torture, where if men are enforced, when men are tortured, they would confess anything, they would speak anything. So Bassanio says, promise me life, I will confess the truth. If you promise me life, if you spare my life, I will confess the truth. So Portia says, yes, yes, well, confess and live. Now Bassanio, he very cleverly turns the words and take the turn and he says, confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. He says, the sum of my confession. He is also confessing his love in these words. So he says, these words are the basis of my confession. Oh, happy torment. Who is happy torment? He is calling when my torturer. So he is saying that whatever way Portia is treating him is just like a happy torment for him. He is happy in that torment, the way Portia is treating him. And he calls Portia torturer. So he says, doth teach me. You are the torturer and you are tormenting me and you are teaching me answers. You are teaching me how to deliver the answers, how to speak, how to give the answers. But let me to my fortune and the caskets. But let me, Portia, go to my fortune and make the choice of caskets. So he is adamant and he goes towards the caskets. So the curtains are drawn from before the caskets and they are visible now. Now Portia again is delaying, but she tells him, away then, I am locked in one of them. Children, here she is not putting any condition. As we know in the previous two scenes of the caskets, there were conditions for Morocco and Aragon. But here she just simply says, you just go then, and I am locked in one of them. I am locked means my portrait is locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. So this is the condition she is putting, not any other condition. She says, if you love me, you would definitely find my portrait there or you would find me out there. Nerissa and rest stand all aloof. So she gives the order to Nerissa and all the other people over there to stand aside. Second order, children, very important that she gives is to play the music. She said, let music sound while he doth make his choice. Children, this is the second thing, very important thing for this scene, that she gives the order to play the music. Now, when she gives the order, along with this, she even compares the music. She says, if this music is being played, there could be two things Bassanio, while making the choice of the casket, can do. Either he would win or he would lose. Then, if he lose, what will happen? What this music be like? He makes a swan-like end fading in music, then the comparison may stand more proper. My eye shall be the stream and watery deadbed for him. Children, she's saying that when this music, like while music is being played and Bassanio is making the choice of casket, if he loses, then this music will be like the music of the swan. Children, here you should know this thing, that swans, it is said that when they die, they before dying they sing sweetly. Okay, so while he is making the choice, if he loses after making the choice, it will be that death of their love. So it will be like swan's end, okay, fading in music. And to make this comparison more proper, what does she say? Because swan lives in river or in water. So when swans die, they die in the river or they die in the water. So where is the water? To make comparison more clear, she says, Portia says that her eyes will be having watery stream. The eyes will be having water. That means the tears will be there in Portia's eyes, and that will be the watery deathbed, watery grave for Bassanio. Okay, this is the comparison she makes. Then she says he may win. Another thing could be that he may win. Now, in case Bassanio wins, then what will be the music like? Now, children, if Bassanio wins, the music will be like two things. She compares it to two situations. She says, then music, first situation that she gives is, he may succeed. Okay, so then music is even as the flourish when true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. So, when a newly crowned monarch or newly crowned king is, or a king is newly crowned, true subjects, his true subjects, loyal subjects, when they bow before him and music is played at that time, that is the sound of trumpet at that time. So if Bassanio wins, then this music will be the sound of those trumpet when the true subjects bow before the newly crowned monarch. Second comparison that she makes is with the dreaming bridegroom. Now, bridegroom who's about to get married. So she says could be. It is are those dulcet sounds in break of day that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear and summon him to marriage. So, second comparison is that this sound could be like the dulcet sound, that sweet sound, melodious sound in the break of the day in the morning, which would go into the ears of the dreaming bridegroom who is dreaming about his marriage, and it would be to call him to his marriage. Okay, so she compares this music to two things. First, if Bassanio loses, how will be the music? And if Bassanio wins, then how will this music be? So, two situations she talks about regarding the music. Okay, so she says, go with no less presence but with much more love than young Alcides. Now children, she is making one more comparison here. Now what is the comparison? She is comparing Bassanio to Alcides. Alcides is actually young Hercules, the strongest person, okay, brave person. And she is giving a reference here to Alcides, where this young Hercules once went to save a young girl from a sea monster, because these people of Troy, they had to give this girl or sacrifice this girl to sea monster. But Alcides went to help this girl. He saved the girl from the sea monster. Here children, the comparison is like Alcides is Bassanio, howling Troy are the people around, like we have Nerissa and all the other attendants and everybody around. The sea monster, actually we don't have any sea monster here, but it is a talk about the casket, lottery of casket. So who is the virgin tribute? This virgin girl is Portia herself. So she says that here Bassanio goes with no less presence. He is handsome in appearance, okay, with much more love. Now he has much more love because children, when Alcides went to help this virgin girl, he had not gone out of love, okay. He had just gone as a strong person to save the girl. But here, more than that, Bassanio has love for Portia. So Bassanio is doing it for the sake of love of Portia. So more than that love which he had, so Bassanio has. So he is going, when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster. So when Alcides, Hercules, when he saved the virgin who was being offered as a sacrifice to the sea monster by the howling Troy, by the weeping people of Troy. She says, I stand for sacrifice. She makes the comparison more clear by saying this. She is the one who is standing for sacrifice. The rest aloof. That means Nerissa, attendants and everybody, they are like the Dardanian wives. Dardanian wives, the Trojan women, the women of that place actually where Hercules was at that time in the reference. With bleared visages with tearful faces, come forth to view. Now, Nerissa and attendants and all, they are there with anxiety. So they have come forth to view the issue of exploit. Children, issue of exploit means, issue is outcome. Exploit here means the rescue operation. In case of that virgin girl, it was the rescue operation of that girl. But here, in case of Portia, it is the lottery of casket. So go Hercules, live though I live, with much, much more dismay I view the fight that maketh the fray. So she is calling Bassanio as Hercules. So she just tells him to go bravely, Hercules, go Bassanio as Hercules. If you live means if you win, then I will live with much, much more dismay, anxiety. I view the fight. This is not a fight, obviously. This is a contest. So I am viewing this. I am watching this contest with much more anxiety than you have. than though that makest the fray. Fray means who is participating. So more than you, Bassanio, I am anxious, I have the anxiety while you are making the choice of the casket. Now children, music is being played here. So while Bassanio comments on the casket to himself, like Morocco, Aragon, they had commented on the casket. So Bassanio is also commenting. And song is played. Songs is, tell me where is fancy bred, or in the heart or in the head, how begot, how nourished. Reply, reply, it is engendered in the eyes, with gazing fed and fancied eyes. In the cradle where it lies, let us all ring fancy's knell. I'll begin it, ding dong bell, and all says ding dong bell. Children, this song is very important because Portia is very clever. She has not clearly told Bassanio in which casket her portrait is. But through this song, because this is the only song played here while Bassanio is making the choice of casket, while for Aragon and for Morocco, no song was played. Here, children, two important words are there, bread and head, which are actually the important hint for Bassanio because these two words rhyme with lead. Another hint for the casket which Portia gives in this is when she says it is engendered in the eyes and fancied eyes in the cradle where it lies. She is actually gazing fed. She is here talking about the love. She says the love which is based on, which begin in the eyes, fades out quickly. She is actually giving the hint, second hint here, that don't go by the external appearance, Bassanio. Okay, so I'm ending this video here. We'll continue with the next dialogue of Bassanio in the next video. Thank you, children.